Hello folks, and welcome to another edition of Ron Talk here. And today's topic is going to be the DJI Mini 3, the drone that's been discussed on countless, shows and videos on YouTube and other social media platforms. But today I'm not going to go over the specs and the pricing and all that really. I want to go at it from another angle today with the new Mini 3. I'm going to kind of title this, the Mini 3, the people that got left behind. And what I mean by that is, the DJI Mini, I think it was they called the Mavic Mini for the first one, came out, more than 2 years ago now. It was just called the Mavic Mini at that point. I'm pretty sure they had the Mavic name still going. And it was like a $399 sub 250 gram drone, and that I think took 2.7K video and took JPEG photos, and it didn't have a lot of features of bells and whistles compared to its big brother, the Mavic Pro at the time, and the Mavic Air, but it was very affordable for people just getting into the hobby, or people just budget conscious. They didn't want to spend $1,000 and up on a drone because they weren't professionals. They were just hobbyists, and they enjoyed the the thrill of flying more than they were worried about high resolution video and a bunch of we'll call them, what do they call them, quick shots and things like that. They just wanted to fly. So fast forward to like a year later. This would be 2000 and 2021. End of 2020. Out pops the Mini 2, which was a nice upgrade. It had OcuSync 2 instead of Wi-Fi. It had 4K. It had a nicer camera, more features. It had stronger motors that flew better in the wind. It was a real nice upgrade, and you got all that for a $50 price bump from $399 up to $499, a price point that many people made that jump from the Mini 1 to the Mini 2. Just OcuSync 2 alone, that in combination with the stronger motors really made it a much more useful drone for a lot of us. So between the Mini 1 and the Mini 2, just a ton of people bought these drones, first timers, again, people in budgets, even people that had like Mavic 2 Pros and Phantom 4 Pro V2s and all these other advanced drones. They got that as their second drone, kind of their travel drone, or their just kind of throwing a backpack drone if they're going to hike or something like that, something where they didn't want to take a big kit along with them. And I missed the ball at the beginning. I should have said I'm aiming this video mostly at people in the U.S. or countries that don't have laws that almost require them to fly a 250 gram drone. By what that I mean, in the U.S., the only thing 250 gram drone does for you at this particular moment, this is every other day, April 23rd, 2022. It means you don't have to register your drone. You don't with the FAA and pay the $5. So and maybe I think by the end of this year you won't have to have remote ID on it, but that's in the future. I'm talking about right now. But in a lot of countries you can't fly. You can't fly in a lot of locations. If you have anything above a 250 gram drone without being a professional pilot and so on. And anyhow, back to the this is mainly aimed at U.S. and countries without restrictions. So we'll get back to the point here. So, the Mini 2 is released. It's a big success or whatever. Many people own it. Like I said, I explained who own it all the way across the board, from hobbies up to more advanced pilots who wanted a second drone. So, everything was good, going along, and then comes end of 2021. They did not release a Mini 3. So the first time in 3 years, the Mini did not get updated since its initial one. They did drop a Mini SE in the summer of 2021, which is kind of a hybrid between the Mini 1 and the Mini 2, and I believe that sold for $399 when it came out from DJI, and it wasn't initially available in the U.S., but now it is. But anyhow, so we got a Mavic 3 instead of a Mini 3 in November. So now we're at the end of April 2022, and last week a Dutch online retailer kind of dropped most of the specs for the Mini 3. They were quite impressive. If you want a rundown of all the Mini 3's supposed specs, check out a little show that Marcus Crawford and I did over at the Drone Nation channel. I'll drop a link below. We kind of go over all the leaked specs from the Dutch retailer. But the big thing is pricing. There's been all sorts of rumors about pricing out there. And I'm not going to go through all the lists here. There's countless videos telling you about the pricing. But it looks like, it's not going to be the usual $50 price bump that we saw the first time around. Like the Mini 3 is not going to cost $499, and they're calling it the Mini 3 Pro. Actually, that's what you see in the leaked photos on the yard. Mini 3 Pro, and there was no Mini 2 Pro or Mini 1 Pro. So and at first there's a rumor that there was going to be a Mini 3 Standard Edition that wasn't a Pro, and that would be more affordable, but that looks like it's not going to happen at this point, or that was a false rumor, however you want to say it. So I'm afraid the people, who basically love the Mini 1 and Mini 2, not because of 250 grand per se in the US, but because of that price. It fit their budget. It fit their, what they wanted out of a drone. So now these people are going to kind of be left behind when the Mini 3 comes out. And I mean, it could double the $449 that the Mini 2 costs. It could be $900, with your, when you get the drone, the controller and the battery and whatever else comes with it. And, that's going to leave a lot of people behind that bought the Mini 1 and Mini 2 because it fit their budgets and what they wanted out of a drone. And I know a lot of people say, well, they'll DJI will probably keep the Mini 2 and the SE around for the for the people that don't want to bump up in price here, and that's true. But it's probably a lot of Mini 2 owners that would have just liked to see a few little things added, tweaked or whatever, and maybe bump the price up by, maybe $50 or $100, either $499 or $549. Like an improved camera, and maybe a couple other little things added on, rather than the projected Mini 3, which kind of throws everything but the kitchen sink in with this drone. In other words, this drone will have most of the features of the DJI Air 2 series and the Mavic, and a lot of the Mavic 3 series. Features will be in this drone, so it's kind of almost not the same. It's they almost came up with a new name for it. Well, they did really, the Mini Pro. It's really not that it's closer to the Air 2S than it is the Mini 2. If these leaks all hold up, and I'm sure they will. This Dutch website obviously was getting ready to getting their copy ready to sell this thing in the next couple weeks when it finally gets released. So yes, I don't know why DJI thought it was necessary to to basically leave a lot of people behind as price point and make this super duper drone. And I'm sure they're going to get a lot of people very happy about what they did for this Mini 3. Maybe pull people in who never bought a Mini before because they required more. And I was trying to think, well, why did they do all this? And one of the things is DJI sends those surveys out to customers, and they always ask, what would you like to see in the next Mini drone, or if you're doing a survey for the Mavic or the Air or whatever. But if you're doing a Mini survey, they always have those boxes. What do you want? They have a obstacle avoidance box. I'm trying to think of some of the super duper things on this one, but that drove the price up. But optical avoidance, 4K 60 frames per second, decent like color profile, active track, follow, spotlight mode, hyperlapse, time lapse, longer flight time, longer range, probably everybody went through and clicked all those boxes. Even the people, and probably never thought that, what it would do to the price of the drone. So of course over at DJI, their marketing team, they're just looking, oh, these people want this, and this, and if they want all this, they probably know it's going to cost more. But I'm not sure, people did. It's like creating kind of a online shopping cart at Amazon. You can throw everything in the cart or whatever you want, but when you look at that checkout price, you don't always hit the buy button. So I think part of the problem is, again, they listened to the user feedback and they wanted all these options, but I believe, again, there's going to be a large segment of faithful Mini 2 owners out there that I've already heard feedback from. So it's not maybe, it is a feedback from a lot of people, Mini 2 owners who aren't happy at all with the direction DJI has taken with the Mini 3. And I know, get a lot of comments. A lot of people love what they're doing with this, but they are leaving, a good portion of their market segment behind the Mini. And whether they're ever going to come out with a Mini SE that's more affordable, closer to the price points of the first couple of Minis, I don't know. Just would just be a guess if they said they were or they weren't. So again, just a little food for thought there. I know a lot of us are doing happy dance about all the stuff coming to the Mini 3, because for some of us, we're thinking, well, this drone's everything it says to be on paper. We don't even need an Air 2S or a Mavic 3 anymore. This drone's going to fill most of our needs, and for some it may, but it's just a shame that they kind of left a segment of the market behind by not making the kind of a Mini 3 standard with kind of just some basic changes to it. Again, like my number one be an improved camera, because I know once you put image stabilization on, once you put obstacle avoidance and all that, that kind of stuff, when you really start driving the price high, the tracking and so on. So yeah, that's kind of my random thoughts here about the Mini 3 overall. I'm really excited about it, but I do get, again, a lot of messages from people who aren't excited from what they did to the Mini 3, and I kind of understand why, and I kind of feel for those people too that they kind of be left behind because they either it's not in their budget to spend $900 or anywhere as close to $900 for a drone, or it's just way beyond what they need in a drone. A lot of people don't need all those features I just said. Don't want, and I know you can just stay with your Mini 2, but that's kind of a cop out too, because there are some small lesser upgrades they'd like to see up from the Mini 2 to the Mini 3. And that drone's not going to be made. You're going to go all the way from, it's like, you were driving some kind of economy car, fit your budget real well, you love the car, and then they turned that economy car into a luxury car, and you're just kind of left behind. So anyhow, just my thoughts for the day, and it was a crazy week of spec rumors for the Mini 3, price rumors, release dates. The last thing I heard is one of the big leakers to say May 10th. Now it was originally April 28th was the original rumored release date. So can't say, I don't want to say delayed, because it can't be delayed since it was never formally announced, but delayed according to the leakers to May 10th now. So anyhow, hope you you got something out of value of this video. I know it was kind of a little bit mini rant, but I did want to speak up for the people who, are kind of hurt, wounded by this release and DJI leaving behind. So I wanted to speak up for the people that don't have a voice. I don't know what that means or whatever. But anyhow, so I'm going to stop talking now. Rambled on way too long here, and yeah, I just want to say, if you got anything out of this video, leave the old thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel to see more videos. I do Ron Talks. They're not regularly scheduled. Just do them wherever I feel like I have something to say. But I always have videos where I'm testing out drones and testing out features, and even reviewing other kind of related tech gear like GoPros and DJI Pocket 2s and Insta360 cameras, and just any kind of tech that kind of goes along with the drones and social media of YouTube and Instagrams and the Facebooks and so on. So okay, everybody, enjoy their day. If you're going to fly today, get out there and fly safe. And let me know what you think. Is the Mini 3 too overpriced, too expensive for you, or is it exactly what you want? Let me know down below, and we'll see you in the next one, folks.